I go.
All right. Hello, my name is Saib Chopra, and this is our presentation of weapon development of missile technology. And this is introduce yourself, man.
Hello. Yeah, bro. Let me do. Hello. This is Ismail Dominguez. It's gonna be presenting our presentation. All right, let's get started. So,
All right. First things first, Izzy. What are the major components and essential features and operations of the focus invention you selected? So missile technology.
well, okay. So missiles have four system components, right? So targeting, guidance system, flight system, engine, and the warhead.
Right.
So a missile is an intelligent, unmanned, right? A rocket
Okay.
designed to
So that
carry
means there's
the.
no one, like no person in it. It's
Well,
unmanned.
it could be controlled by a person, by an operator.
Okay.
So you have an uh kind of like a radiation missile, right?
Right.
Which is
Yeah.
like a conventional guided missile, right? That's what it's called. It's an air-to-air missile. You also
Okay.
have a cruise missile that's an air launch cruise missile, right? I mean,
Okay.
it's a bunch of weird names. I don't know why they go by that. It's a ground
Yeah.
launch missile, cruise missile, right? Then you also have a ballistic missile.
Okay.
It's basically kind of a tactical, short range. That's what it's used for.
So what you're trying to tell
Uh,
me that are there are different types of missiles.
yeah. There's different types
Okay,
of missiles. You have ones that are launched from ships, launched from aircrafts that are flying,
right,
and then ones that are just launched from the ground from like trucks
for
or some
sure.
stuff sort of that. All right. So, anyways, who are the people that made significant contributions to like rockets?
So basically, the first missile was named the V-2 rocket, which was created in Nazi Germany during the World War II. The people that made this missile were Walter Dornberger. I don't know Dornberger, so that was his last name, and
Yeah.
Wernher von Braun.
Yeah.
These,
That's the
these two
American German,
guys,
right?
yes, that is.
Yeah.
These two guys created the V2 rocket, which was used first in 1944 to attack London, England. They built it as a team to use it against them, basically. All right, next question is Mill. What advantages, strengths does this invention offer to society or like other enemies? Like what happens when you launch this missile?
Well, okay. So, anyways, missiles are attracted, to every nation. Every nation wants to have them, right?
Yeah,
Because they're like you could use them as self defense. You could scare people off with them.
right.
um Even like limited use of these weapons can be like devastating though, but like since missiles can be like armed with chemical and biological and nuclear warheads,
Yeah,
I mean they're really like it's kind of a like they could scare, I guess, other nations. I guess I could put it like that easy way of saying other stuff, and it
for
requires fewer maintenance, even though it costs a lot of money though.
yes,
Both.
they do, and that's one of their disadvantages that they cost a lot.
Yeah, that is yeah, I was about to say something else, but never mind. I think you kind of went over like what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but like the disadvantages, like just to clarify, there are a lot. There's a lot of disadvantages for the technology of missiles, such as they cost a lot. Like I said, they can be intercepted, as in people can intercept it while they're in the air, and they're not the most useful technology that was launched. And also that their energy economy is very strict, which takes up a lot of space and weight, and it can fail also during flight. So there's a lot of cons and disadvantages to missile technology.
Another advantage is that you don't really like use that many like troops, when you're like out
Right.
there battling.
Yeah,
So that's another like good, useful to use like missiles.
for sure. All right, Ismail, how has this invention changed since it was first introduced? So like, what is different from back then and now?
All right, so how when you talked about like the V2 and the V1, so basically that was a huge milestone throughout history of like
Okay.
rockets, and that's like the first development of ever rockets used.
Right.
Another what's it called? How can I say it? I think we'll get to that later, but uh however, what changed over time was how like how can I say it? Like how they really like kind of launched the rockets and how they
Okay.
really control the rockets, right?
Right.
So before it was kind of like basically like a lot of calculations, and they had to make sure they hit the right like target, right? Or else it's just a waste of a rocket.
Yeah.
But now with like technology more advanced, they could use computers. They could use like they could use computers that insert like math. That way, they don't have to do it like manually. They could just like insert like what they want to like put in, right?
Yeah.
There was also a series of anti-ship and anti-aircraft missiles, typically based on simple radio control system, right?
Yeah.
Uh, but like I said, they changed over time, and the most common method of guidance is to use some form of radiation, such as
Yeah.
lasers or radio waves, to guide the missiles,
All
and
right.
that's
For the
basically
wait,
what
hold up.
changed over time.
For the date of advancement, so basically it was introduced in September 1944, which was the first ballistic missile was the V2 rocket, which was created in Nazi Germany. That, like I said, right? So
Yeah,
that for sure clarifies. And like I said before, Walter Dornberg and Werner von Braun were the first people to. These guys right here, this dude and this dude. These guys invented the first missile. And let's just go over it real quick about the detailed description. Just real quick, a and brief
Oh,
achievement.
one of the advancement. Yeah. So
Yeah,
anyway, so
just real quick
one
though.
advancement of a missile is it's called a Tomahawk cruise missile, right?
Okay.
Which is like one of the most powerful weapons or missiles in the world, I guess you could
Yeah.
say. It was first developed in 1984. It was named for the for I guess because the Native Americans, so I guess that's why it's called a Tomahawk.
Right.
Uh, it could travel, I guess, approximately about 550 miles per hour.
That
It has
is
a range of 1,500
huge.
miles.
Okay.
Right? That's pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Uh, this missile can be piloted to take except. My bad.
It's all good.
It's
I
been,
get what you're saying. It's pretty
yeah.
fast
No,
and
it's because
explosive.
there's a lot of information to this rocket. But
Right.
anyways, like I'm saying, it's
Was it successful though? Was it successful?
what's successful about this?
Yeah. No, was it successful?
Yes, it's been used by the U.S. and UK.
Perfect.
But that's how basically successful it is.
And basically, moving on to the description of major advanced relating to science technology, right? So basically, this submarine missile is a different kind of missile, which France had their first launch from, right? It upgraded its range of 8,000 kilometers. So that's a big achievement for them. 8,000 kilometers is pretty far, the range. So it only takes 20 minutes to travel 4,500 kilometers. So that's pretty dangerous, right? Would you say?
Yeah. Yep. That's pretty like that's an advancement. That's an achievement actually right there.
That has to be one of their achievements.
Yeah.
So that was our presentation. And this is all the websites we use to get our data from. And this all we cited all this data. So thank you. Bye bye.
Like
Me end it. How do I end it? Okay, wait. No, wrong screen.